Coach, lineup tonight, in, out?
All the forwards are in. Lazar's back. Defenseman Harper will be in. And Weinman's is good to go. So England will do the warm-up, but most likely won't be in the lineup, and Condon's in.
What are you anticipating or expecting from your hockey club in terms of a response from not only Sunday, but yesterday on the practice days?
No, I think our response has to be that we have high standards that we haven't played up to in the last little while, and we're back home, and we don't want to wait until the third period before we see our identity.
How important is it? You guys have not lost 3 games in a row all season. You've always been able to put the brakes on a 2-game slate. How important is that to, I know obviously it's important to win games and not go on streaks, but in order to not put the brakes on it now and not let it get to 3, 4, 5?
Well, you always want to put the brakes after 1, but we'll take not 3 right now. I think, yeah, you're right. Once you get on these bad stretches, they're the ones that kill you, and those are the 2 points, 3 points you're missing at the end of the year. So there is urgency in having our identity today. There's urgency because it's an important game for one of our players. We're celebrating 1,000 games, and there's urgency because you're right. Once you start skidding and trying to get your game back, and it's 3 and 4 and 5 games, that's where you start to fall behind too far. And I feel that we weren't happy about our trip, and today is a perfect day to rebound.
Is the start going to be key for you guys? Especially having the delay a little bit from the emotion of Chris Neal's celebration and everything that just sort of set the pace right from the start?
Well, in an ideal world, you'd always like to set the pace, but there's another team that's a good team. We've played them. We know what they're capable of. They're an experienced team, so we want to set the pace, but really the reality is we want to play 60 minutes. So I'd rather look at being steady, being consistent in what we do, and having our work ethic and our identity and our structure the entire game, rather than just focus on the first 5-10 minutes. We put all into it, and then there's nothing left in the tank after that, and we start running around. So I think for us, it's more of a consistency thing we're looking at for today.
You played them a week ago. What do you know about them? What kind of game do you have to play to be successful against San Jose?
Well, they're very good at hanging on to the puck in the offensive zone behind the net. Like, they throw a lot of pucks behind the net, where a guy like Thornton holds on to it, and Marlowe, and so they're great at puck protection in our zone. And so we want to make sure that we don't give them too much ozone time and too many looks from behind the net. And that means that we have to do a better job of being first on puck in their zone, being on top of them before they get to our zone. Because once they're in, this is a good team. This is a team with big players, smart players that are experienced, that are used to getting far in the playoffs. Last year they're in the finals, so they're Stanley Cup finalists. And when you play them, you feel that. So it's important for us to not be stuck in our zone, 3/4 of the time, and having to defend and defend before our zone.
Is there any specific strategy when you're facing a team that's played the night before?
Not really. The reality of the NHL now, it's we play every 2 days. We play back-to-backs, and right now both teams have traveled almost on the same day coming in. So some people will say they'll be great at the beginning because they played yesterday and they're in game mode already, and they might wear out by the end. And some others will say, if we start hard, then. So the reality is, for me, is we want to be ourselves. It doesn't matter who we play against. It doesn't matter if they played the night before. It doesn't matter who they put on the ice. We want to put our game on the ice and do that for 60 minutes. And that's the most important thing for us right now.
Did you hear from any friends or anything that saw you on the highlights last night and said, wow, you were pretty bad yesterday? Or
No, nothing. No, and I didn't look at the highlights, so no. Nope. We had a practice yesterday, and I always act as if there's nobody there. That's what a practice should be like. And you say and you do what you need to do. And when it's in closed doors with the team, you do and you say what you need to do. And it's that's how it should be. So I don't know if you were there in the stands yesterday, but to be honest with you, we practice and do what we need to do with our team, and that's how it should be.
Just a little off topic, but can you just give a thought on Thomas Chabot being at World Juniors and how that can help his development overall?
I've been in those events 8 times, actually 9, and I think that every single one of those events where you represent your country, whether it's here, overseas, under 18, the Worlds, under 20, even Spangler I did, all of them give you, first of all, a sense of pride. You've been chosen by your country to represent, not only the hockey team, but you represent the country. So it's a great pride, first of all. So it's a great accomplishment. And 2, you always get terrific things out of it. You're coached by great coaches. You play against countries that have high-end players, so you're matched against people that you have to be your best against, and you're pushed to your limit. You play with players that have so many attributes you can learn from. So I think that every time that you're asked to represent your country at whatever level, you get so much out of, and you can always get some leadership out of that, and bring back whatever you can bring. And for sure, I think for his development, that is terrific. I mean, there's a big difference from when somebody is able to live those experiences versus someone who has never lived them. Once you live them, it changes you.
Dans une saison qui dure 8 mois, 80 parties, est-ce que des trucs comme qui sont passés hier, c'est pratiquement inévitable, comme un entraîneur n'a pas le choix que ça se passe partout? Est-ce que ça arrive chaque année dans chaque ville, ça?
Oui, oui, mais les gens ne vont pas nécessairement le voir. Des fois que oui, des fois que non, mais ça arrive plusieurs fois dans une année. Alors, c'est sûr que tu essaies des fois de ne pas le montrer, mais la réalité, c'est que c'est pas parce que ça n'arrive pas. C'est juste parce que c'est normal. C'est la même chose que dans les familles. On les aime, nos enfants, mais si on fait juste leur donner des petites tapes dans le dos, il y a des chances que tu n'as pas toujours ce que tu voudrais avoir. Alors, avec notre équipe, nos leaders en premier sont les individus qui comprennent très bien que on a des standards à maintenir, puis on veut continuer à grandir, puis on n'est pas du tout ce qu'on veut être encore. Et c'est une ligue qui est tellement compétitive que si tu t'endors pour 1 match, 2 matchs, 3 matchs, tu es dans le trouble. Tu en perds 2, tu es dans le bas du classement. Tu en gagnes 2, tu es dans le haut du classement. Alors, on n'a pas de temps à perdre. L'urgence, c'est toute l'année. Puis quand on perd l'urgence, il faut être certain qu'on se le rappelle rapidement avant que les choses avant qu'on sombre trop bas.
C'est là que je veux amener avec la question, c'est que sur une période de 8 mois, avec le nombre d'entraînements, de voyages, est-ce que c'est pas incontournable qu'il va y avoir des périodes où une équipe, n'importe quelle équipe, va finir par s'endormir un peu?
Oui, mais c'est justement, si tu t'endors trop longtemps, tu es mort. Alors, il faut absolument sauter sur l'occasion de redresser les choses quand c'est le temps. Et nos leaders ont été exceptionnels depuis le début de l'année à réagir quand c'était le temps, de l'intérieur, des moments où on n'a pas été à notre meilleur. Et que ce soit nos leaders à l'intérieur de la chambre, que ce soit moi le leader de l'équipe, que ce soit le gérant, que ce soit le propriétaire, tout repose sur le leadership. C'est important qu'à tous les niveaux, on sache où on est et puis qu'on ne se compte pas de menterie. Quand c'est extraordinaire, c'est extraordinaire. Quand c'est moyen, c'est moyen. Puis quand c'est pas acceptable, c'est pas acceptable. Alors, je pense que ce qui est important, c'est d'être honnête. Et puis jusqu'à maintenant, nos joueurs ont été très honnêtes dans leur approche, très honnêtes dans leur éthique de travail. Et puis là, on a eu un petit trou, puis on veut se remettre de ça le plus rapidement possible.